Capricorn, what's going on, love? Welcome back to Melanated Mindfulness Tarot. You already know, like always, as you're entering this space, I am sending you all the good energy and the positive vibes that you may need in this time. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. And if you're interested in booking a session with me, if you're interested in following me on Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook, make sure that you check out the description because all of that information will be there. Okay? Now, I'm in the mood for another good reading, okay? I'm in the mood for another good reading. Make sure that you check out your other placements as well. I ain't tell the other readings that yet, but make sure y'all check out y'all other placements as well. Make sure y'all check out and tap into those collectives, because this is about to give you life, okay? This is about to give you life, okay? All right. Spirit, what is the message that you have for Capricorn? You know your heart, you know their situation. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for me to be able to deliver this message in a way that they'll receive it with an open mind and an open heart? Is there anything else that we need? Thank you. See, now y'all stuff is just coming on out. The other one was just trying to give me a little bit of a hard time. Thank you. Where do my other cards go? This one, that one, and then those ones. Alright, so sweet. Okay. And what's underneath it all? Underneath it all, we got the Two of Discs, y'all. So this is talking about changing something, changing something. I was gonna say changing the way you do things, but that's not the Two of Wands. So it's more so like making the necessary changes happen in your physical reality. Whether change is coming, changes if you're undergoing change, but underneath it all is definitely talking about some change. Now, getting into the reading and what we have on the table, okay? The Queen of Cups is the first card. The Queen of Cups in reverse is the first card, which is letting me know, like, there is something that you're suppressing, energetically, yes, emotionally. That's what I'm trying to say. There's something that you're suppressing emotionally, like you're hiding yourself behind your emotions. I don't just yet, right? I don't understand why, because that's how you really like express yourself. Maybe it's more so because you ain't trying to like have conflict or get into it with somebody, or because the individual that you feel like expressing yourself to may not understand, right? May not be receptive, right? That's a sign in itself. I can't wait to clarify that card because, again, that is a sign in itself. Pay attention to what you are putting your time, your energy, your finances into, right? You want to make sure that whatever you're putting your stuff into is something that you're getting back. Like, it's going to give you a return, a return on your investment type of thing, right? You want to make sure that wherever you're planting your seeds is somewhere that they can grow. You don't want to be, spending your money, spending your time and your energy on stuff that really don't matter. Maybe materialistic stuff that you putting your money into, opposed to you elevating your mindset, or investing into your spirituality, or investing into your growth overall. You know what I'm saying? You may want something in the moment. Say, for instance, you want to get your hair done, or you want to get your hair cut or something, right? Yeah, that's going to make you feel good in a moment. But the moment you see that a hair is sticking out, or a moment that you see you need a new lineup, or your hair start, now you're going to be back in the position to have to go spend some more when it ain't gave you nothing back yet. You get what I'm saying? Unless y'all out here, sugar babies, or sugar sons, or sugar daughters, or whatever they is, right? Like, whatever, if that's your upkeep and that's how you bring your ends in, then dismiss that example. But if you're investing into yourself spiritually, right? If you're investing into yourself intellectually, that's something that can't be taken away. And when you build your, what is the word I'm looking for? Because it's not when you build your portfolio, okay? That's not where I'm going with that. But when you just elevate yourself, it's like you adding value to yourself when you're doing certain things like that, right? When you actually investing into you spiritually, mentally, intellectually and intellectually is the same thing. My bad. Y'all understand what I'm saying. When you investing into you, it's like you get something back from that. So start paying attention, right, to what you're investing your time, your energy, your finances and stuff into, and be willing to take a step back, like rest, relax your mind. Let me ease your mind, bring you in my world. Let me stop before I get in trouble for singing in people's songs, because I have yet to find out how this YouTube stuff works, but y'all understand where I'm coming from. Take a step back from situations that pretty much overwhelm you, right? You don't have to do everything in a day. You don't have to do everything for everybody or nothing like that. You really got to put yourself in a position. I ain't even been sharing y'all cards with y'all, so let me start. Here goes another card. This ain't the next card that came after that, Queen of Cups in reverse, but this is the Aeon. And this card is talking about you making a decision. So it's really like you need to make a decision when it comes down to you. And this ain't something new. This ain't some new energy that you just now tapping into. This is more so something that has presented itself. You probably swept it under the rug, or you didn't choose. You just left it alone. But now it's like, okay, now this a similar energy is back up in your face. What are you going to do? Like, you can't keep on running from it because I'm on your ass. Like, I'm chasing you at this point. You're going to have to deal with me one way or another. And with that coming before the Queen of Swords, I really do feel like that's you having to make a decision about how you feel about you, opposed to you feeding so much energy into what somebody else going to feel about you, right? Whether, again, it may be in the material aspect, whether it's a relationship or a situationship that you may be a part of, so you feeling like you got to pour so much of yourself into it, but it's not giving you no return on your investment. Like, you got to really choose you at some point. You got to figure out, like, what is it that you're going to do for yourself? How you going to move forward? Especially if this Queen of Cups over here is talking about you feeling like you walking on eggshells and you really can't express yourself. You know how that can go. But we're about to start clarifying at this point. And I didn't tell y'all, but we are going to be clarifying. And then we're going to go into the Moonology Oracle deck before we get up out of here. Spirit, can we have the cards to clarify the Queen of Cups, please? Can we have the cards to clarify the Queen of Cups? It's 4 because something flipped over. I just didn't want to stop at that time. So, I think it was this one first. The Fortune card. The Fool in reverse. The Ace of Wands. And then the Prince of Disc in reverse. So, with you hiding behind your emotions, when you flip that card to the upright, when you start operating in your truth and you start exercising your throat chakra, you're going to make the next, like, it's going to shift. And it's not going to go a whole 360 because you don't want to end up back where you started from. You want to do the 180, which also goes back into the energy of the underneath it all card that's talking about change. But you're afraid, like you're nervous, like you don't want to start from scratch. You don't want to start all over. Yo, like, what are you passionate about? Right? Like, what are you passionate about? Because what you operate in is not giving the energy like, I'm passionate about being in this space. I'm not getting that at all. I'm getting that, like, I'm ready to make a change. I need to actually start doing something different, but I really don't know how. But it's more so like you not picking up those lessons, because each time when you have an experience, like, something is there. It's a sign, it's a message, it's some type of synchronicity that you want to start paying attention to, because it's necessary. It's not happening like, oh, this is just a coincidence. No, like, it's telling you, pay attention to me, so that you can put the clues together. Remember Blue's Clues? Like, look for the clues. They not just gonna be just right there up in your face every single time. But the more you start paying attention, the more you'll start to notice them. The more you'll start putting the pieces together. Where else is we going? That 8 of Discs is definitely popping out to me. So the 8 of Discs in reverse, Spirit, can we have the cards to clarify the 8 of Discs in reverse? The Knight of Cups, the 10 of Cups, And the Nine of Cups. I love it. I love it. Like I said, you want to make sure that you're planting your seeds in the places and spaces where you want them to grow. You want to make sure that you are, pay attention to where you invest in yourself, right? Like, what type of investments are you making? Because the Knight of Cups, they trying to give it to you. Like, they trying to give you the emotional fulfillment, the genuine happiness. Those are all giving cards. Giving and feel good, like joyful cards. The Knight of Cups, let me show you. And how you go. But the fact that you go from the 10 of Cups to the 9 of Cups, that may be a little, right? But you want to have all of this. They're trying to give you the emotional fulfillment and the genuine happiness. So it's like, why are you standing in your own way? Just because you don't want to cause a little bit of uproar because you express yourself. Because you really say how you truly feel. How people tell you how they feel all the time. And you got to take it. You got to be a big girl. You got to be a big boy. You got to have your big girl draws on, or your big boy draws on, or whatever it is. Like, they don't let up on you. They gonna say how they feel. Like, why you can't? Question mark. Listen, I wanted to do this 10 of Wands in reverse, but this Aeon is really calling to me. So I think that's where we're finna go next with that. I'm trying to get all up in your business, like what type of decision needs to be made. Like, where do I need to make this decision? What is the energy behind this decision? I'm about to tell you right now. Spirit, can we have the cards to clarify the Aeon? Can we have the cards to clarify the Aeon? We got the 10 of Disc in reverse. We have the 7 of Wands. We have the 10 of Wands. And then we have the 5 of Swords. So this is a decision like on your family structure, on your wealth, on your stability, on your security. Do you want to keep on fussing and fighting and arguing and quarreling with people? Do you want to keep on doing so much? Do you want to keep on being the one that have to do everything, right? 5 of Swords. Do you want to always be put in a position to where you got to overthink or question yourself? And with me saying it out loud, that sounds like some rhetorical stuff. Like, well, I don't want to keep on having to do everything, and I don't want to like mess up my family structure, or I don't want to mess up my finances and the security and the stability that I have within myself or for myself. I don't want to mess up, or I don't want to keep on arguing with people and bickering and having to bitch or nag, or whatever it is that you be doing all the time. Yeah, I know, but do you know? Because at this point, it's like. At this point, it is just like if you operate in anything, you choosing it, especially if you're aware of what's happening. You got to make it make sense to you, not to me, not for me, not for nobody else. You got to make that stuff make sense to you. All because you don't want to say something. But that's one of the lessons that you got to learn, whether you want to believe it or not. So how much time you got to wait? Like, how much time you got to spend on allowing people to hush you up a little bit, or not really say what you really feel, right? Even in a case where you is talking, you being real loud, but you ain't really saying nothing. That is a case of like you saying something, but you not saying what actually needs to be said. You trying to like maybe your emotions get in the way, and you just go for like you hit below the belt. Just to hit below the belt to hurt their feelings, but you still ain't saying what really needs to be said. Yeah, now you going tit for tat. At that point, you got to figure this out. Excuse me. Spirit, what is the message that you have in this deck for Capricorns? Do you know what they need? Can you please give me the card so that I'll be able to deliver the message in a way that they'll be able to receive it with an open mind and an open heart? I love what I do. I kid you not. So this first card that pops up, it says a fiery climax approaches. So that means it's finna hit the roof. Like, shit finna hit the fan. It's like ain't no running from it at this point, one way or another. And maybe that's what it's gonna take. maybe it's gonna take for stuff to get real heated before you actually just say what you need to say. And again, you don't gotta come and say it with a whole bunch of bark behind it. It just needs to be said though. And then this other card says, show the world the real you. I don't think I need to say anything else. I think that you know the changes that you need to make in order for you to move from one side of the spectrum to the other. I also think that you're too worried about what people may think about you, or how they may try to project like who they feel like you are to the rest of the world or something like that. You know the truth about yourself. So even if this other energy or this person or these people or whatever this is, right? Even if it pops up and somebody's talking some shit or they say something about you or they spreading rumors or trying to humiliate you, if those people receiving that information believe it, so be it. And F them too. And as long as you know, that should give you peace right there. Well, okay, they can say what they want to say. Like, it is what it is at the end or the beginning of the day. Now, with that being said, love, that is what I have for y'all today. Make sure that if you have not liked or if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. And until next time, enjoy yourself.